Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues.
Mhm.
Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yeah, what attracted me to the community issue that I chose at the beginning of the semester, first off, my community issue was graduating college and achieving a college diploma. The reason I was drawn to it, obviously, I'm a college student. I'm talking to college students during the speech, and I feel that not only by researching that and presenting it, it can not only resonate with myself, but also resonate it with everyone that I'm speaking to, which in turn I think leads to better speeches in general, because if you're talking to people about things that they want to hear and want to learn about, overall it's going to sound like a better speech.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Yeah, the call to action that my partner and I put forward was achieving a college diploma beyond just attending college. Reason being, we felt as though it was something we were both passionate about. Obviously, when you're talking to people that are sitting in the seats doing the same thing you're doing, trying to achieve a college degree, it's going to resonate more with them, like I said earlier, to kind of rally off what my community issue was. And then not only that, but we knew how big of a decision it was, or not so much a decision, but so much of a goal that it is to accomplish graduating college. Whether it was what I've learned in my life from family, what I learned from my partner Graham, and what I learned just beyond researching the topic for the past few weeks. Graduating college really is a huge, huge impact on your life, just not only in the first few years out of school, but many, many years down the road.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I think if you were to ask my partner what my biggest strength is, I think that Graham would say it's my sense of urgency. Graham and I decided to be partners pretty early on in the process, which I think not only benefited ourselves personally, but benefited our speech a few weeks after that. And the reason I say my sense of urgency is because we did the outline and we did notes well before the deadlines for them when they were due. And the fact that we were able to do that meant that we were able to go back and critique what we had already done. It gave us not only a day or two or a few hours to critique it, but it gave us multiple days, which allows you to sleep on things and think about things for longer periods of time, which allows us to move around statistics and move around parts of the speech where maybe we should say this instead of here, or instead of saying this transition, let's move it down after we talk about this, which in turn, the sense of urgency not only just leads to a better speech on paper, but leads to a better speech and a better flow when you're speaking as well.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
Yeah, the most challenging thing with working with my team, I really feel that we didn't have too many challenges. Graham and I connected really well. We get along really well, which is a huge help when working in a team project. But if there was one task that we did face that we kind of struggled with a little bit, it was divvying up who was going to say what, the delegation process of the outline. And the reason I say that is because we both put in so much time into the project itself and into researching that we really wanted to make sure that we represented what we had on paper through word of mouth really well, and which is totally understandable for both of us, and it's really actually cool to see. It's almost a good problem to have, because we both wanted to make sure that we were presenting ourselves well enough that it reflected how much time we had put in on paper. And I think we were so happy with, prior to the speech, how we ended up delegating it. We talked about it for a little while, but then not only so much being happy with it beforehand, but being happy after the fact as well, after we had presented, because we did such a good job of presenting it.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Comm 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
If there's one thing that I'm going to take away from this class, the one thing that's going to stick with me is comfortability. Whether it's comfortability with myself or comfortability with the people that I speak to. I feel those two components are the two biggest keys to success for public speaking, and I felt that coming into this class as well. and even having going out of this class now, that sticks with me so much more, and it stands out to me, and I completely agree with it yet to this day. Reason being, comfortability with myself, rehearsing the notes, practicing it in your head, comfortability with the people around you, getting to know them, being comfortable and being acquainted with them. You're going to feel less tense, you're going to feel less nervous overall, and in turn you're going to present yourself better and present the information that you've worked so hard to gather better as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much.